Ogabom with a left wing pass going up to Glenn Hicks. Goes into the corner, and it's still loose as the two-man wrestle, and finally the whistle sounds, and Ogabom in pretty good action here as Hicks and Hicks go after each other, and they are brothers. Well, it didn't take long to inspire that.
We're going to see a little more action. We get Dennis Polonich over on the right side of the ice. And I believe that's Doug Hicks that he's with, Larry. Dennis Polonich, with Glenn's brother out in front of the Edmonton net. We've seen a picture of them there. Dennis definitely outsized. Doug Hicks, a big fella. Nobody going to bother with them. They're gonna just sit there and try and get each other down. Here come the linesmen now. They'll try and get them apart.
I'm not sure that the linesmen saw them. They were so involved with the activity over in the corner.
Probably not, but I would imagine they'll probably be going on for a couple of minutes each just for roughing.
That's Doug Hicks wearing number 5 for the Oilers. I apparently was looking at the wrong number. I got them confused. Glenn Hicks, the Red Wings, is the older brother of Doug Hicks of the Oilers. We'll get these penalties here in short order and pass them along to you. Now, Hicks and Polonich, we know, will be going off with the Red Wings, and have one Hicks. Or Hicks will be one for the Oilers, and we'll have to pick up the other man here. I didn't see him go in. .14:52 left in the first period. There is no score, but there's been a little action in the way of tempers flaring here in this first period of play.
There's a shot at Dennis Polonich. Here we're going to see how this thing all started with Glenn Hicks going into the corner.
Okay, that's Siltanen.
It was Siltanen, yes. He's a Finnish player. Here we see Siltanen giving Hicks a few bumps, and Hicks comes back with the elbow and almost puts an arm.
We haven't seen anybody break out for the most part. Jolly with a shot from the left point goes into the right corner along the near boards. Bergman trying to dig it out along with Semenko. Now Sobchak with a shot off to the left side, with a shot by Ogabom is covered up, and we've got a big battle again. Semenko is holding off the Red Wings' Greg Jolly. The real action is now to the right of the goaltender. As you can see, it's screened by the players. For not having played more than one game against each other, Mickey, these two teams act like they don't care for each other.
Well, again, I think we got Dennis Polonich. No, it isn't Dennis. See who we got down there from the wings.
It's hard to tell with that sweater.
Got the sweater over his back, and we can't see from here.
That's Lee Fogelin of the Oilers. That is.
I'm wondering if it might be Glenn Hicks again.
Well,
yes, it is.
In a moment.
Yes, it is. Well, I believe there's your reason for it. Glenn gave it to Siltanen a few minutes ago, and I think the Edmonton player took a little exception to it and wanted to get back at him a little bit. So I think that's what started that ruckus.
We'll take another look at how it got started here, Mickey.
Well, Sobchak had the puck in the slot, and Hicks, of course, just to the side of the net, tried to bring it in front and jam it in, and a good save by Ed Meehl here, almost a goal for the Wings. And this is where I think Polonich came in, took a shot at the Edmonton defenseman, and he turned around and ended up getting into it with Hicks. So actually, Polo started the action, and Glenn Hicks finished it off with Paul Popiel of Edmonton.
Oh, Hicks was a little shy on here. I guess that's part of the initiation routine, isn't it, Mickey?
I believe it was, Larry. I think they had a little go at it last week, and unfortunately, Glenn
dug out by Polonich. Out it comes to the point. Bergman with a shot, and a slap by Meehl, and he hangs on. Well, there's some pretty good banging around going on down there. Hicks and Price bump each other following, and Price is going to go off. Price will be going off for the Edmonton Oilers. He still has a few words for Dennis Polonich. And it'll be a high stick deal. McDonald feeds it back on the right to Callaghan. Into the corner it goes. Callaghan trying to rake it out. Puck is still loose, and a backhander is into the net. And a goal has been scored by the Oilers, and I think that's the first shot on goal against Rogie Vachon.
Oh, very, very unfortunate for Vachon, of course. Coming in like that, definitely cannot be warmed up, and not having any shots. In preparation with Jimmy going out sick. It's just a bad break for him. And, of course, lots of time in this hockey game. The Edmonton Oilers right back in it with a 3-1 score.
That puck just hit the corner of the post and deflected behind him. Take another look at it here. The puck just hit the corner of the post to the right of Vachon and deflected in. Makes it a 3-1 hockey game. Gretzky picking up the 5th goal of the season, assist going to Callaghan and McDonald at 16:06 of the second period. Foligno taps it into the corner. Centering pass comes all the way out to center ice. Jolly goes back to get it. Gives the linesman as a screen. Jolly knocked off the puck now by Price, picked up by Gretzky. Gretzky turned around by Larson. Jolly loses the puck, and Larson dumps it into the Oilers' end. Picked up by Campbell. Thrown to the far side to Callaghan. Back to Campbell. 3:03 left in the second period. Campbell drives it across the board to the far side. Ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky coming on left wing. A shot hit the post, I believe, and came back out. It did hit the post. A blue darter to Vachon's left. We'll have a penalty coming up against the Oilers as the Red Wings. Greg Jolly is hauled down from behind.
I'll tell you, Larry, on that shot that Gretzky let go, the puck seemed to be flying through the air like a knuckleball. It seemed to take a dip just before it got to Vachon, went underneath his glove, hit the goalpost, and came back out again. So a fortunate break for Rogie and the Wings, but come back to the other end, and the Edmonton defenseman pull down Greg Jolly, and the Wings will have a power play for 2 minutes.
Just received word, Mickey, that Rutherford left the game after being hit on the back of his catching hand. So apparently that injury will be checked by the Red Wings doctors.
You know, Larry, what I was laughing about a little bit ago was that one of the Edmonton defensemen broke the handle of his stick about 4 inches up above the handle, and actually to play with it is a penalty.
Here's that shot by Gretzky.
Right by Vachon and off the goalpost. Very fortunate for the Wings.
Now he hit that post dead on. Had it been just a touch to the left, it'd have been goal number 2. Larson gives it to Nedomansky. Back out to Larson. Winds up. His shot deflected. The dribbling puck by the time it got to Mio. Now LeBronton has his stick up along with one of the Oilers, and he is semi-screened right now. I can't see exactly who it is. Price's penalty, incidentally, it came at 17:16 of the second period for a hooking. Big collision on the near boards as the puck is jammed up, and we'll have a face-off coming up to the left of Rogie Vachon.
Well, we see some pushing and shoving down there. Dan Newman really knocked flying by Glenn Hicks just a